we tease people a little bit up front about the fact that if you make a mistake with the RMDs, you do not take enough, there is a 50% 5-0 penalty. But I also know that you have a way that might, where somebody may not have to pay that penalty if they make such a mistake. Mind sharing that with our viewers?
And it's not a secret way, you just have to know it. And first of all, I don't want to scare people. It is, as you say, I say it the same way as you, by the way. I say 50%, because people think maybe you meant 15.
That's right,
no,
that's
it's 50% of the amount you should have taken but didn't. That's a pretty stiff penalty.
And that's in addition to the tax.
People, yeah.
That's right.
Well, most people don't pay the penalty. And here's why. Let's say you're just starting RMDs, you forgot, you were confused, you made the calculation wrong, maybe the advisor made a mistake, somebody at the bank made a mistake, you had medical issues. You know, there are a whole bunch of reasons why this might be missed, or the calculation is off and you didn't take enough. All you have to do, first thing you have to do, as soon as you realize, and it's usually the next year, as soon as you realize you missed out, because if it was that year, you could still make it up. So I'm talking about when you realize, sometimes it's at tax time, that the prior year you didn't take $5,000. Well, that's a $2,500 penalty. What you do, as soon as you realize the mistake, you immediately take the misdistribution out right then. You can't take it back in the other year because that's closed unless you had a time machine or something.
Right.
So you can't go back to that year. So you have to take it immediately. I suggest taking a separate standalone distribution, like a makeup distribution, so you can trace it. That's the one you missed. And then take your regular one. Then, once you take what I call immediate corrective action, that's what IRS likes to see, that once you caught it, in good faith, you took that distribution. Then you file Form 5329, or work with your accountant or tax preparer, file Form 5329, 5329. And on there, there's a line on the second page where you can say, I missed the distribution, here's the reason. You don't have to give a big explanation. I had medical issues, I was confused, I made the wrong calculation, and that's all. And you put an RC, computer programs will type that in. The letters RC stands for reasonable cause, and you don't have to pay the penalty. Years ago you did, you don't. You just show zero, and IRS in almost every case will waive that penalty. But you have to file the form to get the waiver.